welcome to my mini addiction, and I want to talk about Blacklist Fantasy Series 1. I have painted all 201 minis from this collection, so we got this on Kickstarter, and so it was the original box plus the stretch goals. And I was kind of waiting until I had painted everything to kind of talk about what I thought about the minis in general. Now, I know that this was it was a Kickstarter. It was from about 2.5 years ago. They had some logistics issues. Shipping ended up, costing more than they originally expected. And so there's things that happened with the Kickstarter, and I'm sure lots of people out there have talked about that already. But really, all that I care about are the minis and what I feel about them. Now, even though there was additional shipping costs that we paid to get the minis in, it's still, because there's 201 in the collection, it still worked out to a roughly 60 cents a mini, which is a good value. Because, when you average it all out, that included, even the large ones. When you think about, getting this dragon for 60 cents, even, getting a halfling for a mini for 60 cents is a really, really good deal. As far as, the sculpts on the minis I think they're good. Now, some of them are better than others. The troglodyte, it had really, really great detail, and a lot of the monsters and creatures had really good detail. And even, this monk, he's got a nice long, braid on the back, and then you kind of get over to the face, and it's maybe not that great. That's what I found on some of them. On the humans and elves, and that some of them had really, really good, detail on certain body parts, but then kind of lacked a little bit on the face. Which, is not bad. It's tiny. You're not going to see it all that well. As far as, even this one has, some mold lines, and I cleaned up some, but, I didn't spend a lot of time cleaning them up, because once again, this is a 60-cent mini versus if I bought a nice, Warhammer model that I spent $100 on, I'm going to invest more time into preparing that model. But still, I think that for the price and the quality is really good. They all came assembled, which is a plus. So, they all had their, different bases. So there were, several that were of the large size, and, it was a great mix of characters as far as, different characters that could be PCs or NPCs, along with, monsters and other creatures. So if you were looking to start a collection, it had such a variety of different races, classes, and creatures. So I think that was a really good mix. There was only minor things, actually on my dragon, he came missing a toe. Not that big a deal. I actually put a rock next to it, so unless you were looking, you wouldn't notice that he was short a toe. But other than that, I didn't really notice any broken pieces. I think part of that is how well that they were packaged, which is, good, because, if I have a whole unboxing video and kind of show that was a plastic form that had, a spot for each of the minis to fit in. So then that way, they weren't rubbing against each other or getting banged around in the boxes. So the packaging was well. But overall, I enjoyed painting these, and then I think that it was a good value and good sculpting. So for the price we paid, I think it was really great, and it was a good way to, add a lot more minis to our collection. And if you hang out on the video, will just show you everything that I did paint, so you can kind of get an idea of everything. Most of the models were, as far as the, monsters and different creatures, they came in a set of 5. But, that's good. It gives you, if you're, on a campaign and you needed, 5, werewolves, you have them, kind of thing. So anyway, I think that this was positive. Yeah, I didn't, the wait to get it was a long time, but that's okay. I have, if you're familiar with my channel, I have tons of minis, so it wasn't that big a deal that we had to wait that long for it. But anyway, yeah, I liked Blacklist. I think it was a good set, and I hope you guys enjoy it too.